perfect life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. Toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out of my head again. Just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat of time, I've crossed the line just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I drown with a child's play in the rain. I feel like I'm fading. Come on, give it all you got. You're trying to save me, but you're making it all worse. Every time you hear these words, I'll be down the road, cause I know the odds are better on my side. Why don't you try to be wise? Forgive me, I'm calling you dry. I never wanted to be alive, just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat of time, I've crossed the line just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I drown with a child's play in the rain. I feel like I'm fading. Look at the plan that I made. I mapped out every step in life to hit away. Left me here, unable to find my way. Who killed the plan again? I set my sights so high, I dreamed of skies so bright, but life is a changing tide. Let's face it, embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'll give it up, baby.
Every time I see Nyla, it makes me laugh.
It's so funny.
Welcome to the Honor Ramble. I'm your host, Auntie Collins. This week we have a special guest. It is our lovely, loyal, stunning, talented, informative. What else can I say? It's Sam.
So much. Thank you. Thank you for that warm welcome and all the superlatives. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be back to chat with you about the show that only a few of us still watch, and apparently only Like there's one less ROH podcast now.
I'm pretty sure like we're the last.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, is this like the last ROH show, like just truly dedicated to ROH show? I feel like it might be.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you for keeping it up over 100 episodes. Good job. Good job. Good job.
You made it. Yay.
We made it. But Ed is in the chat. Hey, Ed, your haircut is nice. I didn't know if you saw that in the in the taking over live chat the other day. But Nyla is always the best way to start on a ramble. Sam.
Yes, I'm hyped.
Oh, look, a familiar face here.
Yay.
Hello. Welcome back.
Listen, I told her if she can't watch Grey's Anatomy live, then if I can't watch it live, neither can she, and she has to be in the chat too.
Listen, it's Grey's Anatomy, it's Traitors. Like, we'll get there, you know?
I was gonna wear, it's so funny because when you asked me if I wanted to come on and I realized what night it was, I have an old George O'Malley t-shirt and I was gonna wear it tonight, but I was looking through my closet and I was like, every year, because my closet is small, I have to swap out like my seasonal stuff, and it's with my summer stuff. And I realized that I was going through my closet and I was like, where is it? And I went through it like 2 more times. I was like, it's in that bag. Never mind. Damn it, George.
I'm like that all the time. I'm in the middle of swapping. So I feel like I've been doing it for the last like 4 weeks of like swapping out like specific holiday stuff and like winter stuff and like integrating some of the spring stuff. So you can't see it over here, but it's just it's a laundry basket that I still have to wash and then put into storage, and I have the bags that they suck.
That's what I have that too. That's what my clothes are. And so like I always, because you and I were just talking about like fake spring and things like that and how we have them. So like I always have to leave like a couple pairs of shorts down, a couple like things, so when it's warm, I have those. And then the same thing is like in the summer when it gets like, when we have like a fake fall for a little bit, like I have to keep a pair of jeans down and like some leggings, and like it's a whole ordeal.
I don't know if it's because when I turned 30, anything that had a button, I'm just at war with. So the shorts that I keep out all year long are like the spandex kind of shorts or the athleisure kind of shorts. So then during the summer, I get so lazy. I'm just like, I'll just wear those.
No, I feel you. Because that's how I am with like especially because I mean I've worked from home for a really long time, but then like obviously after the pandemic, I definitely just got where like I was like, why am I like wearing jeans while I work at home? And like now I'm like, it's like comfort all the way. Like I want leggings, I want comfort. I have like pajama bottoms that don't look like pajama bottoms that I wear around the house, or like while I'm working. I was like, nobody's gonna see me. And then when I have to go out into public, I'm like, oh, I have to put jeans on. Gross.
What is happening?
I don't know. You're frozen. Am I frozen for you? Because you're frozen for me.
I am too frozen.
Yes. I was like, you look like you're having a great time. And it looks like I said something very hilarious, which I appreciate. She is frozen, not stirred. Hold on. I'm trying to, in case she can't see the chat, I'm trying to also let her know. Because I didn't know this was gonna turn into the Sam show. So sorry. Hopefully you can still hear and see me. I know that Collins is frozen and she's trying to to get back in. She's been iced out apparently. Listen, there's only like 12 of us who watch ROH. You should just let us talk about it. I was like, so thank you for bearing with us in this lovely technical difficulty we're having here. I'm
here to help until Auntie gets back.
I appreciate that. I was like, I was like, I'm just gonna keep stalling, I guess.
We can keep stalling. So as we put in the chat, we're going through. Do you prefer early Grays or current Grey's Anatomy?
I do enjoy current Grays, but early Grays is, I would agree, is better. And actually, my sister and I are she's always kind of going back and watching it on Netflix. And so we've been watching, like, the last couple of months, we've been going back and we've been watching, like, some of the older stuff. And it's like Derek is still alive in these episodes. And so I do enjoy certain things about the newer stuff, and like I'll continue to watch it until as long as it's on, but I do prefer early Grays for sure.
Auntie, you've changed. No, Auntie will be back in just a moment. Her camera seems to be working. Let's go ahead and remove me and pull Auntie in. Okay. Sam, have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
I have no idea what happened. I'm just sitting here having the
Mercury's not even in retrograde until next week. What is happening?
Literally, all of a sudden, my computer started doing that and then a blue screen of death.
Like every once in a while, like during my show, I've had like my screen will freeze because it's like my internet, and so I was like. And then I saw you were frozen, and I was like, "Am I frozen too?" Because like I have not know. Like I have been on my podcast, and I'll just be chatting along, and they're like, "You're frozen," or like, "We can't see you anymore." And I'm like, "What do you mean? I can see myself." So
yeah, but no, it was deaf frozen of me going, whatever, and then it was just noises repeating.
Oh no!
But well. Hello, everyone saying hi in the chat.
Yeah.
What a wonderful time we're about to have. Jeez.
But I was like, cut us look, we're some of the few people that still watch ROH. Please cut us some slack.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Auntie's Martini following me along. Oh. Dial-up modem stream. Hey.
Got an AOL disc in there.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Auntie C just passing through to express love and support. Thank you so much. It is crazy cuckoo pants. Well, I wanted to ask you, because you were on the media calls today.
Yes, I was.
With AEW Revolution coming in hot on Sunday, which Tony and Mariah should definitely be main eventing, in my opinion.
But they should be, and he made the case for like as he's laying out like why, like he's recapped like their story, and I'm like, bro, you are making the case right now for why he's main eventing.
Like, you're making the case to yourself.
Right, exactly. Because somebody asked him, like, are women going to main event this year? Because, we're going into year 6. They've never main evented, which is a question I've asked him multiple times. And so then she was like, and so he starts recapping, and I'm like, bro, you're explaining all the reasons this should be the main event. Like, you're not doing yourself any favors, especially for the people who do not enjoy the Death Riders as it is.
Yeah.
Like, why are you putting that story your most, like, out of all the current stories, that's your least liked one, and you're going to main event with it? Even if there is a title change and Cope wins, like, that doesn't have to be in a main event.
Oh, see, I am not a fan of the Death Rider story at all. And I was in the beginning.
Yeah, what got me, and they should have, usually I'm not one of they should have put this on TV stories, but this part they should have, when they did the close-up with Renee, they like explained like their whole reason behind what they're doing, and it made so much sense, and I was like, okay, I get it now. And then like the clip they played on TV had nothing to do with it, and then But now, like, they've gotten so far away that like it's not even close to like what their original thing. Because basically, from the very short version of it is Moxley, Claudio, and Pac all inherited the wrestling industry from people like Cope, Jericho, and Jeff Jarrett. And they don't want wrestling set back 20 years. And he said that we're one big thing away from being set back. And he didn't say what that thing was, but he was like, so I'm here to make thousands of more Moxleys and to get, he's like, that's what Yuta's here for. Like, I want to create him and other people so that when they inherit the business, like it moves forward instead of going backwards. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. So this is why he refused to wrestle Cope, because he was like, no, I'm not going to give him the chance to get this title, all this stuff. And he's like, we don't want to, it was funny because Claudio was like, we don't want to kill AEW. We want to make it better. And Pac is like, no, we want to burn it. Pac is in a sauna, by the way, being interviewed. But he literally says, I want to burn it all down, which is interesting because I was like, this may come back later where because Pac was like, we're not friends. We're all business associates with the same idea.
Yeah.
Like we had the same. So I was like, that might come back later. Like Pac might be like, you know what? This is becoming too friendly for me. Like, I don't want this. And then like they're completely getting away from it. And then it also seemed like they're hinting at Eddie Kingston, depending on how quickly he comes back. But Mox keeps referring, well, he's kind of moved away from it, but he kept referring to himself as the king. I'm the one true king. Yuta even said, he's the one true king. And then he said, Claudio is my number one. I would die for him, which we know the history with Claudio. Mox is supposed to be one of Eddie's few friends. Eddie's been abandoned, like his best friend Penta is gone. Phoenix is out the door. And so it just feels like maybe we're leading to Eddie, but now they've kind of backed off of that. And I don't know if it's because of how Eddie's progressing, like with his injury, or if they've decided to go a different route. And so I was like, after I watched that interview, I was totally in. And then that stuff's not translating to TV.
That's too bad, because you have me now convinced, like, okay, maybe it's not so bad.
We talked about it on my show and people are like, okay, I'm behind it now. And then they're completely, and I was like, why? You should have explained this on TV. It would have made so much more sense of like why you don't want, like why because he would not give Mox that Cope that title shot. And that's why he didn't want to. He's like, I don't want to give it back to the old generation, basically. Okay, well, why didn't you tell us that on TV?
Right. Oh my God. But the call that sounded like, from your notes, it sounded like it was really productive and Tony putting over things.
It was.
And I did it as someone who was a Meltzer hater. He bringing up, like, is this a case-by-case basis with that was a really good question, and I thought that Tony gave a really good answer. He didn't shy away from it, and he even said a few times, like, this is a good question. Like, this is an important question. Like, you should question. I get it. Like, and he was just like, he's like, I mean, everything really is a case-by-case basis. He's like, but this really was. And, I just felt like it was the right thing to do. And it was best for everyone involved, which is correct. And I'm glad that he finally did it, because I was like, it's hurting everybody. Nobody is winning here. Just literally. Like, I hate it. Like, I love the Lucha Brothers, and I hope, and like all of them, because I think all of them are probably going back to WWE, and I hope that they're happy. I hope they're successful. I hope whatever they're looking for, they find there. And I will miss them. And granted, I mean, I guess lucky for me, because since I get paid to watch WWE, I'm like, well, at least I can still watch. But so I hope they all find success, and then there's supposed to be, there's rumored people coming into AEW, and they got to kind of make room for them too. So like, we know for sure Speedball's coming. It's rumored that Josh Alexander's on his way. So like, you got to make some space.
for some people, I guess.
I guess. I mean, that's also the kind of thing that, we've known that this roster has been bloated. And for me, I'm screaming over here going, just make the rosters separate. Make Ring of Honor like the NXT of WWE and put that line here of, okay, you have guys that definitely need those repetitions, those those numbers, right? You want to build something weird, you want to build something wacky, come on, it's in Ring of Honor, where AEW should be like, this is more refined, this is more defined.
Agreed.
But they're too cowardly.
Right. Well, and that's kind of why I asked what I asked, because I wanted to say, because basically I was getting at, I'm tired of Chris Jericho being champion.
Yeah, same.
Bandito should have won that title match 2 weeks ago. Like, so that's what I'm like, so are we any closer to a TV deal, which was really code for, are we any closer to Chris Jericho dropping the title?
Dropping the title, because I hope he drops it yesterday. He should have dropped it yesterday.
Yeah. It's been far too long.
ROH future home of CMLL women's tag titles. I don't think they know how to book tag teams.
No, they can't. Yeah, that's why people keep saying, like, I want tag teams in AEW. I was like, they can't even book the men's tag team division. And you want them to book women tag team titles? And have one, they already have just one title match. I mean, one match a week on Dynamite as it is. So they're just going to rotate and put some tag team champions in there too. I was like, let's think about what we're asking. Because I was like, I get it. Want women to have more things to do. And like that, I'm all on board with. But no, I am not doubting Lady Frost. Or maybe that was directed at you.
Never.
I will never doubt her. She's incredible. We love Lady Frost in this house.
Listen, she retweeted what we were posting last week. So
awesome.
Love her.
Oh, about the birder gymnastics?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny that they finally started saying it on TV, because people have been saying it online, and then they just, I think Caprice said it, Ian said it, and I was like,
said it,
that's great.
Yeah. Frostaya winning this weekend. That would be a fun time had for all. Well, we do have a Ring of Honor show. We've done quite a number of rambling with some interruptions. I'm ready to jump right into this. Are you?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, speaking of Chris Jericho, we opened the show with Chris Jericho backstage with Renee Paquette. This was filmed during Dynamite, so no worries. He's nowhere in sight right now. But he's talking to Big Bill and Brian Keith, the Bad Apple, about their losses to Bandito and Will Hobbs last night, which had me shook.
You just barely beat Bandito, okay?
Yeah. Let's be real there, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho talks about how this was a huge opportunity to be the main event players in main events, and they're not living out to their potential and expectations. And Brian Keith and Big Bill walked away. What did you think of this opening segment? Did it intrigue you, or did it make you roll your eyes?
It made me roll my eyes, because Brian Keith doesn't need Chris Jericho.
He's
never needed Chris Jericho. And you see one of the cool things that Brian Keith did in the match when they did the 10 paces thing with Bandito, Jericho had to immediately steal it and put it, and he did it twice in her. I'm like, it's not, when you force it, it's not cool. They did it, and it worked out because it was organic. You stole it. You're like, oh, everybody's talking about this on social media. I'm going to steal it and do it in my match. And he did it twice. And I was like, please get Brian Keith away from them.
I mean, it worked, because also Brian Keith is also known as, the bounty hunter, right?
Exactly.
So like a bounty hunter and a bandit. Hello, like this,
right?
It was
That's
so
why it
perfect.
worked. That's why everybody loved it, because it made sense, and you don't need to. And then that just shows. I was like, you're proving everybody's point when they say that you push younger guys down, you take from younger guys, you you are the person you talk about in your books, like you used to talk about. And my sister has pointed this out several times, but like in his books, he talks about how like always hated the veterans who hung around too long and push the younger guys down. I'm like, my guy, that's what you're doing now.
That's what you're doing.
And I don't even think that necessarily Big Bill needs him either. But I was like, Brian Keith for sure doesn't need him. Please, I'm hoping this is planting seeds for them to turn. I'm hoping that's what this is, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Beat Chris Jericho down so hard that he has to go on tour for an extended amount of time.
Yes, please. I'm begging you.
I'm into that. Well, we do open our show with a women's champion. We have Athena versus the number one contender, La Catalina. What did you think of this opening match?
I was glad that they opened with it. I thought it was a cool way to bookend the show, like with what they were doing. Of course, huge Athena fan, so I always want to see her. Yeah. I've heard some stuff because I know La Catalina was in WWE, but if I remember correctly, they never used her when she was in NXT. Like I think she was like around, and then they cut her, and she was like having visa issues. I don't know. It was a whole mess for her. And then she signed with CMLL, and I've heard she's been doing really great down there. I thought she looked great in this match. I thought she looked really good. I really enjoyed the match, and they got, they got 9 minutes, and it was interesting that Aubrey was the referee and not Mike Posey. And I was like, and I was like, I don't know if it's just because of the way they filmed it, or if there's a reason that, because Posey's almost always Athena's referee because she abuses him. She scares him. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
I mean, she scares me. I have not been familiar with a lot of CMLL wrestlers, especially the women, which this little taste, this little appetizer, so to speak, the last couple of weeks has made me go, you know what? Maybe I need to start watching CMLL.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're doing this because like if Forbidden Door, if they involve some CMLL people, if they do wrestle, as I say, Wrestle Dynasty, if they do that again next year, that people won't say who, because well, maybe if they don't watch ROH, they will. Will be in the know on who these people are.
Yeah, exactly. But this match, I never live tweet Ring of Honor because I'm usually working or doing other things, but I logged in early to work today, worked from home specifically because I wanted to make sure that I was in the know, watching all the things. And I'm sitting there going, this is what they're opening with. This women's match is so good, starting with like a test of strength. And the story that they keep telling with Athena is Athena keeps hitting opponents that are making her better, making her wrestle in a different way, but making her better the more and more she goes through. I thought it was interesting, yes, to pick what is going on up in the house. Jeez. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I don't know what's happening. We're making it through. But I really like that Catalina really pushed Athena to spaces that she was not familiar with. She hasn't really faced someone like this. I mean, you haven't faced, yes. Oh my gosh, get out. I don't know what's going on. There must be something. Nobody else is in my home. Well, but I really like that Athena really played to her strengths during this. She really hit to the ropes, really putting in those German suplexes and really getting, herself in gear, so to speak.
Yeah, that O face that she hit was crazy. She like
Yeah.
almost took off La Catalina's neck with that one. Like it was vicious.
It looked hard. Yes.
Yeah.
Top rope. Anytime that Athena spends time on that top rope is a good time for us to be had. So
yeah.
But yeah, that O face led right into the pinfall for the 3. And Athena is still your ROH world champion. Well, we go backstage to the weirdest storyline of them all. We have MXM is back on our screens, and they have this customized world championship tag belt that he stole from Sammy Guevara with those custom faceplate. And they're claiming that they never lost their titles in Australia because Australia isn't real.
So does that mean that Mariah May is still champion?
Oh my God.
That's logic.
Oh my God. Well, if that logic, pack it up, folks. My gosh. Well, speaking of, I didn't know how to interject this, but Chris Faithful brought up a thing that happened. Did you hear what happened with Mariah May?
I didn't see the actual clip, but I saw Tony's reaction to being attacked on the red carpet tonight for the Queen.
Are you seeing the Queen of the Ring this weekend?
I won't get to it this weekend because I have a lot going on, but I will get to it. Like, it looks great. And the more I see the previews, the more I want to see it. It looks really, really good. Which again, I know we've already harped on this, but like, if you're having the Queen of the Ring like sponsor a match on Dynamite, and this is in Hollywood, like, shouldn't that be like just another reason for the Hollywood
for the main event?
Tie in the Queen of the Ring. Like they were talking about, because Mildred, like when she started wrestling, it was illegal for women to wrestle, and I was like, apparently it's illegal for women to main event AEW pay-per-view. Like,
you would be putting over your show. You would be getting people that, Amazon, it's on Amazon Prime. Right. Isn't that the girl that's in the show, the movie, the things?
Yes.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Well, I will tell you though, the amount of theaters showing it this weekend near me is like, I have to travel 15 miles.
Wow. Yeah, I need to look to see where it's playing near me.
Or I can drive 15 miles north to Everett, which is, I don't want to spend any time in Everett.
Listen, I get it.
So it's like, okay, I could go up to Everett, or I could go into downtown Seattle, or I could go another 25 miles and go to the South Center Mall in Tukwila, which is a fine establishment. But when I go to the movies, I like the movie theater that's literally a mile down the road.
Right. Oh, that's totally understandable. And yeah, now find it near them. I was like, I need to see if it's near me.
But now I'm trying to see if there's going to be any more show times. But I won't be able to see it this weekend. I got too much going on, but we will be seeing that. Oh, excuse me. In the next couple weeks, probably by next weekend. Definitely by next weekend. So, but
looks like there's a few near me. So that's good to know. But I do really want to see it. And again, you're having Mariah May do a run-in on the red carpet, and you're having, because I saw the clip and Tony was like, she was like, that bitch Mariah May attacked me and ruined my moment.
Yes.
Sounds
that
like
bitch.
Sounds like
and she's in it. Character. Exactly.
Like. But what do I know? Nothing, apparently.
I know. Well, we have our next match, which I sometimes I forget that Jay Lethal is, I guess, in the background, but Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh are tagging together versus McCallion and Slade.
Yeah, I was not familiar with these two.
I was not either.
They had an interesting look and vibe.
Why are we having them in a squash match? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. And like, Satnam hasn't been around in a while. So I don't know. I was like, maybe he was injured, or maybe he was dealing with like visa issues, or like I was surprised when I saw the little promotion or the little like, graphic for the match come up on Twitter. I was like, oh, they haven't used Satnam in a long time. Like, where's he been? So
the beginning of the da 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 da, the crescendo of the song, and I'm like, wait, what's happening? Who's? Wait a minute, no. So yeah, them coming out and defeating some local guys is not what I would think would happen to Jay Lethal, who has been combined reigns. You're one of the longest reigning champions. Yes. So do we need to put over Jay Lethal at this time?
I mean, I guess not, but like, and I guess like Satnam should be in squash matches, but I mean, not to bring this on Serpentico, but like, was Serpentico unavailable?
Yeah, right.
I mean, we know John Cruz was here tonight. But
yeah, John Cruz was definitely here getting his own entrance. But so these guys, Flex McCallion, he's based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's been wrestling for 15 years.
Wow.
Name redacted trained him.
Oh.
And Richie Slade, based out of California. Not much about him, other than his nickname of being Sunset Boulevard's bad boy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
well, good for them.
Interesting. Not much about them.
Get that paycheck.
Yeah.
Sorry. Especially, I hope you got paid well for having to get squashed by Satnam. That is a big man.
Yeah. But there's not much to say on this match.
It's exactly what you would think it would be.
Yeah. A choke slam and then 1, 2, 3. That's about it.
Pretty much.
Well, we go into another match that was also a squash match, but we see the return of Billy Starks. Billy Starks versus Milo. What did you think of this match? So here's the thing. This match... So I was trying to figure out how they Frankenstein, because that was also a thing that we talked about last week. Is last week's Ring of Honor episode was so Frankenstein, because it was like, we're over here, then we're in this, like the crowd was so different, and I'm trying to figure it out as we're going along. The next 2 tapings are different locations than the other Oceanside tapings back in February. But this one was literally a week ago of Billy Starks versus Milo. What did you think of this match?
It was interesting. I don't know that I've seen Milo before. I thought she looked pretty solid with Billy. And then it just felt like, I know what they're doing, I guess, but it just feels like Billy is always in squash matches. And they were talking about how, she's the first television champion and women's television champion. You can't take that away from her, which of course you can't. And that's great that she was. But that title reign was like 5 proving ground matches, and she lost it in her first title defense. And then you're still booking her in squash matches. And Athena didn't come out there with her this time, but Posey was her referee, and my sister was like, I wonder if that's anything, or if it just happens to be the way the tapings were, or is Posey only gonna be reffing Billy's matches from now? Like, is there something going on with that, or is that just a weird coincidence? Which nothing would surprise me, but the match was fine. Billy did what she needed to do, but I would like to see Billy in more substantial matches, especially as somebody who's a former champion. Like, you would think that she would like at least be trying to get her title back, and that doesn't seem to even be on her radar anymore.
Right.
Like, if I was the first champion and I lost my first title defense, like, I would be trying to get my win, which I guess she is technically getting her wins back because she's getting them, off of local competitors. But like, I would be like trying to get a rematch with Red Velvet for my title
immediately, like almost immediately.
Right.
So things that I wrote about this is that I felt like Ricky Starks was Ricky Starks. Wow, I got Ricky Starks on the brain. I thought that Billy was overly like violent in this match. It was like a little bit temper tantrumy, which is like, okay, moody teenager, here we go.
Right. Freeze on us again. I think I have to stand by. I think we're having some technical difficulties again. For some reason, somebody does not want Collins to speak her truth about Billy Starks. It seems like. Hopefully we will have Collins back in just a moment. If you're joining us, Collins has been having some technical issues all episode long. And then her camera, this is now the second time her camera is frozen in this episode. She's had some audio issues, so we are trying to work through them.
Hi, Sam.
Bye.
I thought I'd just come help fill the dead air while
I appreciate that. I was like, this isn't my show, and I don't want to just like start. I was like,
it happens. It's all good.
Yeah,
it
does.
Good.
That's the bit. One of the lovely things about doing things live.
Yep, it's just the way it is sometimes. But we can have a few laughs here while we wait for Collins to make the way back.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's always great to be getting to learn about Ring of Honor. I don't get to watch Ring of Honor a whole lot. Oh, look, Auntie Collins now in the chat. Hi, Auntie. What is happening? I don't know. You tell me.
He said, "This sounds like a you problem."
This is the only way I could get on Honor Ramble. Look, I had to wait.
To take Collins out. That explains everything. Bobby just wanted to come talk about Ring of Honor, even though he doesn't know much about it. That's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm learning, but I also get to talk about it at the same time. I love it. I know we left off at enhancement talents. We were at enhancement talents.
Yes.
That's where the last of the conversation was played out anyway.
Yeah, we were talking about how Billy Starks is most of her matches seem to be against enhancement talent instead of other talent on the roster, and she doesn't seem to have any desire to go back to the title that she was the first champion of. She just was like, I lost it, all right, and I guess she just, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know. It's a very weird thing, the way that they're handling her now.
Everybody should always be chasing after championships, I feel, because that's the point of wrestling. But with that said, I will drop back out because the true star of the show has returned. So have a good night, Sam. I will continue to listen on. Take care.
You too.
What is happening?
I said somebody does not want you to speak your truth about Billy Starks, apparently.
I was just speaking and it was just blue screen once again.
Yeah, you just like it froze on you again, and I was like, oh no. This is like somebody is trying to silence Collins.
Whoever has my voodoo doll, knock it off. Knock it off. All right, good juju here from this point out. But yes, I don't even know. Do we need to call Sprint? Wait a minute. I'm not a fool with Sprint. Sprint, yes or else. Listen, this is also the thing. I have fiber optic internet here.
Of course. It's supposed to be.
And this is a brand new computer.
Listen, is Tony Khan infiltrating the airwaves somehow?
Tony, I'm sorry. I take everything back.
Listen, again, we're like some of the few people that still watch this show. Please let us talk about it, because otherwise nobody else is going to.
Yeah, exactly. Don't punish me. Don't punish us.
Right.
Come on. Well, Billy Starks, as I was talking about Billy Starks, great match, was just a little bit like, calm down, ma'am. What are we proving here?
Yeah, and it's not like it wasn't like Athena was like, hey, go out there and like show me how aggressive you can be. She just like, well, maybe she was having a bad day. I don't know. Maybe her computer kept freezing on her and she took it out on poor Milo.
Listen, in the 3 years that I've been doing this shindig stuff, this is the only time this has ever happened. So
lucky us.
Why not? Yeah, lucky us. Congratulations. Well, I've never been more hyped to jump right into a video package for the Outrunners talking about their merch. I was fully expecting their little fanny packs that they were showing to like be absurd items like nacho cheese or like a bunch of pickles or, milk, like all those videos.
Been like some vitamins, like some Flintstone, like Flintstone vitamins.
Oh my God. That would be hilarious.
Let us pack your fanny pack for you. We have ideas.
Listen, put me on the production truck here.
Right.
Here's the thing. I think the Outrunners, if you're not gonna keep them in ROH, they need to go somewhere else. I
guess they're just trying to get them to get you to go to shop AEW.
They're your number one merch sellers. There's every other shirt over there, and your front page is just the Outrunners merch. So
like they're over or something.
I know. Well, this will be the shirt that I'm wearing on Sunday. So
I love it.
Is this upside down? It is. But yeah.
So amazing.
This will be.
They're so cool. I love
my
them.
Sunday shirt. This shirt reminds me with the tie-dye, it reminds me of those push-up pops,
Oh yeah. The cotton candy ones?
Yeah.
Should have chewing gum in it.
Yes.
That should be one of those.
Yes. I'd love a candy or like a little treat that had like this and, like blow pop, this and gum, or like this and a toy, or this.
Right.
Give me a 2-for-1. I'm into it.
They you could make some Outrunners branded Hubba Bubba or something, or the Big League Chew with them on it. Come on,
listen,
Tony.
If we weren't getting the Mercedes Monet
puppet,
we're not getting.
I know. My dreams are too big for the merch.
I know, too big for, which is insane considering.
Wouldn't that be funny because CM Punk wanted the ice cream bars and all that stuff, and it was Outrunners got their own push pots with gum in it.
And all of a sudden the ushers just come down all the aisles and they just hand everyone.
Yes, that's what they can pull out of their fanny pack is just push pops.
Iconic. Okay, Tony Khan.
We're just giving you free ideas.
We're giving you ideas. So you might as well just say, you know what? I'm going to put you both on payroll. You can take Ring of Honor, do with it what you will. Make me
Tony.
happy. All right. Thanks, Papa TK and TK. Thanks. Thanks so much. We love you. I'm saying that so my computer is not.
Please don't mess with the Collins anymore.
Well, speaking of what's going to sour our attitudes, the Sons of Texas take on John Cruz, who gets his own intro and music.
Finally. Good for you, John Cruz.
Well, I was fully
expecting. Must not have been there this week. Otherwise, he could have sabotaged you. And also, I saw Serpentico say he posted a picture of you and said, "If you see this guy, report him to the IRS." Being mean.
He's hilarious. He retweeted me today.
Did he?
Yeah, and he said this is the worst Thursday ever in the history of Thursdays.
Oh,
and of course, my brain was going, was 9/11 on a Thursday? No, I think it was. That's a terrible joke. I was sorry. I'm pretty sure 9/11 was on a Tuesday.
I think it was on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. So
wow.
We're safe there. But John Cruz did come out with
Illuminate, I think it's Illuminate.
Lemonade.
Yeah, I've heard the name, but I've never seen them wrestle before. But I've just seen them advertised for like some other indie show before, but I've never.
I don't know. I liked this John Cruz guy though. He seemed real fun.
He's cool.
he needed Kenny Omega style pyro, you know?
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
See, if we booked ROH, if we were in charge, John Cruz would have Kenny Omega level pyro.
Exactly.
We would use our pyro budget on John Cruz.
Just John Cruz. Oh my gosh. Well, what did you think of the Sons of Texas actually appearing together?
I thought Sammy had a very fancy jacket for this match. I was like, wow, he's got like a pay-per-view jacket for a random squash match.
Yeah.
Dustin's just out here in his t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like,
his Thursday best, you know?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for sure. And I was like, well, they're here. The Von Erichs are not. They're nowhere to be found. But he's still carrying his half of the his portion of the trios title. So there's that. And it just,
there's that.
I love Dustin Rhodes very much. This tag team is not working. The titles are like we should have dropped the titles at least. Well, the trio titles, that's a whole other story. Should have been vacated long ago.
Right.
But you have, like, if you're not going to use the Outrunners, you're going to keep them on there. But you've got Gates of Agony, and you've got the Infantry, and you have MXM. Any of those would be better champions. One of them should be belted. I'm hoping they're not going to wait until, I guess they're going to wait till Super Card of Honor, maybe. But who knows? We might go into All In with Dustin still being a double champion.
That is what I'm worried about, is that we're going to go to Texas and he's still going to be champ.
I was like, you could have easily just vacated the trios titles and then have them win it back in Texas at All In front of everybody. It would have,
right? Good little happy moment.
Yeah, that would have been. It's a great story. Just there was no point in them holding it and then retaining it in Texas, like, especially because they've been here one time. I know they've been injured and things, but like, where have they been since then? Like, we haven't seen them. Just like we haven't seen Danhausen since they used him one time to get a big pop on Final Battle. And now I don't want to say it out loud because then maybe it'll come true. But I'm afraid contracts that are coming up he's probably one of them. And that makes
But
me
you know
sad.
what? Wherever he lands, he's gonna make money.
Yeah. The man knows how to make money. He went to the FA seminar of making money on the indies. Yeah. He'll be fine.
He's constantly in the top 10 merch sellers.
Yeah, and then I am on a lower tier of his Patreon and have been for a couple of years now, and I'm just on the $3 tier. But this, he has so much stuff that he does. He's forever depending on your tier, he has all this cool merch. He had one of his higher tiers. He was selling some special jacket, which is crazy. And then he does whatnots where he does stuff on there. He knows how to make money and he will be fine. But I just feel they missed out on a lot with like, and I'm happy for the Outrunners, but I feel like what they're doing with the Outrunners is what they should have been doing with Danhausen.
Amen.
And so I'm very concerned that I don't know anything about his contract status, but he just feels like one, and it feels like because people were asking where Ricky Starks was, and then people were like, oh, well, where's Danhausen? So they're like, hey, can you like come to Final Battle? We'll put you in a story. And it seemed like they were building, like the way that story happened, they could have at least gotten a couple of matches out of it, and we haven't seen him since. And
it doesn't make sense, but it sounds like Ring of Honor to me
right
now.
It is very on brand for this version of Ring of Honor, like keeping the trios title on, having Dustin with 2 titles, then having the trios titles not be dropped. But they did that with Yuta. Yuta should have vacated that title when he was dealing with his concussions, and they didn't do that either. But
don't even get me started on that.
I know. It's just like you just see this pattern keeps happening over and over again.
But that was also the thing of like, I don't think that Tony Khan knows when to kind of let go, right? But also on the other hand, remember that weird time where well, it was like to CM Punk to John Moxley to CM Punk to John Moxley,
right?
And it was like,
and then the whole way like Thunder Rosa had to vacate her title, and
it was an interim title.
Yeah, like you could even do that. Like if you don't want to vacate, like if you don't want to have her, like have them come drop the title, you could do an interim trios champion. It's not gonna. We've seen you do it. Like you. I mean, and I
literally make it up.
One is TV brand, and one's the TV brand, and one's the subscription brand. So with the subscription brand, we just kind of do whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's very frustrating. This is just compounding all this is just like one example of like what is so frustrating about ROH.
Of many, yes.
Yeah.
But also the Von Erichs returned and that idiotic multi-tag match, and they didn't even get the win. They didn't even get the Outrunners got the win.
Yeah. What was that? Why? What are like again? I get it. The Outrunners are over, but in this situation, why did the Von Erichs win? What are we doing here?
But yes, the Sons of Texas, to put an emphasis on it, they got the win. However, MXM came out and attacked the Sons of Texas. And they attempted to, I don't know.
They were going to take the other title. Is what
they were trying
to.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Mansoor got his shit kicked in by Mason, who hit him with the title.
Yeah.
And then poor Mansoor got stuck in the ring post and got his huevos. his little I was trying to think of a
yam bags, as Taz would say.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some Dolce in the House of Gabbana, you know, like. But Sammy Guevara set up Mansoor in the corner. He super kicked Mansoor, and then Dustin Rhodes hit him right in the balls, and they took back the title. They ripped the stickers off. Everyone's screaming, "Yay!" Why?
Yeah, this is dumb.
Why did this need to happen?
Speaking of someone else who's pretty over, it's MXM. Like for the people who like that, like, because I love MXM, I think they're great. So like, why? And especially because we don't know exactly, like, Supercard, if it's still Mania weekend, because there's rumors that it's not gonna be, but if it is, we're still like 6 weeks away. So what are we gonna do for the next 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
What are we? I would say, like, because of the story they were telling and them taking the titles and all that, you would think, okay, this is going to lead to a title match, and MXM is going to legitimately win the titles, is what they should do. But unless they're just going to introduce they're going to put, I mean, we'll get to the Gates of Agony stuff, but they've been the hottest tag team, and they've been, like, on a streak, so maybe you put them in the title picture, but you better, Sons of Texas just better be dropping these titles, but like we've said, we're afraid they're not, because we got to get to July.
We got to get to July.
Got to get to All In.
Well,
all the Texas wrestlers on there.
Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to get to July. I think my brain will be sloshing around like a slushy by then. But, well, we go right into the next match. We have my friend Sonico versus the Beast Mortos.
My tribal chief.
Tribal chief.
Somebody called him that on Twitter like a few months ago, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Somebody called him the tribal chief,
and
like it got like well over 500 likes on it, and like a bunch of retweets. And I was like, "It wasn't even my joke," but at least I didn't claim it. I said someone called him. It got attention. So he is my tribal chief.
Tribal chief. That's hilarious. But this was
you've seen him without the mask, and when he puts emojis over his face, but
I want to see how.
Oh, he is extreme. Like, I know there's an emoji, but he appears to be extremely attractive, as most masked wrestlers are.
Yeah,
and he has like the long dark hair, and he has the tattoos on the side. Like, it's giving some tribal chief. So, like, it's a fitting name. He is probably extremely attractive. It's what it looks like behind the emoji. And apparently he's very like intelligent too, because he's just posting something and like he's in school or something, like he's in college or something. He's like taking college classes or something.
Okay, Mr. Tribal. Jeez. Oh, well, this is another squash match for the Beast Mortos.
Because that's apparently the only matches he can win.
He really annihilated Sonico.
He did,
in this, but he looked really good. Yeah, poor Sonico. The only matches that I think that Sonico has been in have really been the squash matches.
So we haven't really got to see a whole lot of what he could do because he gets squashed all the time.
Yeah. His partner is Sandra Moon.
Oh, I didn't know that. Very cool.
They are very cute together. Love them.
Oh, cute.
But yeah, Beast Mortos gets the win over Sonico.
Hopefully he can win some of these matches that are not squash matches.
Agreed.
Especially when you took Okada to the limit in the Continental Classic, like we should be following that up with some big wins.
I totally forgot about that. Jeez. Yeah. Well, we have a first. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, Thunder Rosa is in Ring of Honor
for the first time in 6 years. They said
insane. Versus debuting Brittany Brooks. Are you familiar with the Brittany Brooks?
I am familiar with her name and who she is and who her partner is. Which sadly I don't want to. I hate to be like, oh, I don't know her, but I know her man. Like I'm not trying to. I know that sounds very. That sounds like I am putting her like that. Her existence is because she is is Chris Bay's partner.
Yeah,
but I have heard her name, and I've heard. I feel like I've seen her maybe once or twice. But she was actually. I thought she was pretty solid in this match. She gave. Thunder Rosa gave her a little bit, which was nice to see. I mean, it was only 5 minutes, so you can only get in so much. But I thought I liked, like, she showed some personality. Like, you could hear her yelling at Thunder Rosa. You could hear her, it's like,
Brittany bitch!
Yeah, it's Brittany bitch, but then she got punched in the gut. Like, that was kind of funny. And then she did, she did the, I think they said it was called the Brittany Bull. It was her bulldog, her front face bulldog that she did, which, she landed that. And I'd like to see more of her. I enjoyed it.
I agree. Really great debut for her. Nice to see Thunder Rosa getting some some reps here. Considering, here's my thing is that I think Thunder Rosa talks a lot of talk about wanting to help build up the women's division, but I want to see it pulled up with action, right? Being the one that's I'm let me be on the lesser show of Ring of Honor. Let me do the things, go to the signings, go to the, whatever.
Right.
That's
and like not go down there, and she's not like going to pad her record or anything like that. She's going to actually like, hopefully this is a sign of her going, especially because she owns Mission Pro Wrestling. So this is what she does outside of AEW is help build up women, and she helps them get their reps and she works with them. So like, I'd like to see more crossover. And like you said, don't just say it, like do it.
Yeah.
Be about it.
Exactly. Well, we do come to a match that when I saw this advertised, I went, okay, this could go a couple different ways. But we have the Infantry versus Gravity and Bandito, the brothers. Interesting how this match went down. Sam, tell me your thoughts.
I was quite surprised because of, like you said, it could go a couple different ways. The Infantry's been pretty hot. Tony was very complimentary of them today on the media call. He really put over Shane Taylor promotion in general. He was, of course, putting over Lee because he's wrestling Daniel for the title on Saturday. But he was talking about how Shane's a great leader. The Infantry are a really great tag team. They've really come along. So, like, he seems pretty high on them, too, which he should be because, I mean, STP is incredible.
Yeah.
And I want them, and as I've said I said on this very show a few weeks ago, like, I want to see them all in gold at one time. Like all of them, including Trish. And so, but then like Bandito was just in an ROH title match. And so like, got to make him look strong. And Gravity had some struggles the last time he was around, especially on the main roster. He was not quite ready for some of the positions he was put in. And so it's nice to see him back with his brother. I thought it was a solid match. I really enjoyed Bandito walking down like Gravity does, where Gravity does the slow motion walk, and Bandito did it with him, so they were doing it in stereo. I thought that was really funny. And I mean, I guess it's not like it doesn't hurt the Infantry to take this loss, but on the other hand, you've been building them up as a big tag team, and you would kind of expect them to win, but also, like I said, Bandito was just in the world title picture, and you can't really have him lose. So you kind of booked yourself into a corner here.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is, because this could go multiple different ways, someone is going to lose, right? Out of all of this, someone is going to lose at the end of this. What I didn't want was someone to lose and it didn't mean anything.
Right.
Which I want Bandito to be in that title contention, but we have the Infantry that your audience loves. And them aligning with Shane Taylor has just made them click a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that this match could either go either way. But the first part of this match for me was a little wow. Like I was gooped and gagged because the crowd was responding to Bandito. Like he's only been back since Final Battle.
Yeah, the fans are super behind him.
Right. And I was a little bit nervous because, I mean, the AEW fans are not as familiar with Bandito because he was out for so long. That the crowd responding in this kind of way means, like, for me, I think he's a star. I think that he's going to do bigger and even more if he plays his cards right. But you have the crowd already hot with the Infantry,
right?
And they're cheering Bandito over that.
Yeah, really interesting.
interesting. I mean, the infantry obviously are heels, so everybody knows what kind of tricks they're up to. But
right,
I don't like matches where it makes the heels look like idiots. And I felt like there was a point in this match where the infantry kind of got stuck a little bit, and I don't want to say that they look like idiots, but they just looked befuddled. And it was like, oh, okay, the good guys are making the bad guys look like dorks. Like, this is,
right.
you know, this is not the infantry. This would be like, you know, this would be like the Dark Order kind of shtick, you know?
Right.
But something happened in the match where Gravity's knee got clipped or something, and he smashed his knee. I was trying to like go back and kind of look on the second watch of like, okay, where did it go? Was it just like a slide of the knee, or was it an actual thing? But I think that he just hit his knee on the ring post.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't see where it happened either, but he was like really kind of I was worried that he was like, that it might be a little bit more serious than they were letting on. I hope it wasn't. Maybe it was just in the moment.
And I mean, granted, I've hit my knee on things and I'm like, whoa. I just need a second here.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. It seemed a little bit more serious, but I think that Bandito kind of took that and said, okay, I'm going to ramble. I'm going to take the I'm going to ramble with Honor. Yeah. I'm going to take the lead on this, and he made the most of it. It was like,
right. You could definitely see that Bandito is, I mean, we know this, but like Bandito is the more polished of the two. He's the veteran between the two, and he did. Thank goodness Gravity was in the ring with somebody who's not just his brother, but somebody who can kind of take charge and be like, let's just take this home in the match and
exactly
get your knee looked at.
Let's just pack it up, get out of here. But Bandito hitting a tope con Rio. I don't know. I don't know what Ian said. Sometimes I'm typing it.
He probably did say that it was probably the tope con hilo.
But that I mean, that's kind of how he got into the you know, to the win here. It was just Bandito hitting, you know, 5th gear and into 6th gear, and he's like, okay, we're just gonna drive right into it, and it paid off.
Good.
But really great tag match. If you want to watch those kinds of things, I mean, now you know the result of it. But if you want to go into a little bit blind and go, you know what, I'm going to live in delusion. I don't know who's going to win. Because sometimes Twitter spoils things for me, and I go, you know what, I'm just going to go into this blind. I don't know what's happening.
I didn't see anything.
But we go into a backstage segment with Big Bill and Brian Keith once again. Oh, wait, not a segment. Why did I read backstage segment? Because now I'm like, wait a minute. No, they attacked Gravity and Bandito in the ring.
Yes.
And we see freaking Chris Jericho coming down to the ring. And he hit Gravity with the ROH World Championship. I didn't like this.
I didn't either.
I don't need this.
I was like, listen, you barely beat the guy, and here you are shoving a belt in his face. Like, I was like, I kind of get like why Bill and Brian attacked him, because they've kind of been attacking him a little bit on Collision. Jericho basically said, "You're disappointing me. Go do something about it." So I guess that was, let's take out Bandito because he's a threat to Jericho. Even though Jericho beat him 2 weeks ago. Make
it make sense. I don't know.
So I was like, are we gonna keep them feuding for the next until Supercard comes around for another 6 weeks? Maybe they're gonna do Brian Keith versus Bandito, and then maybe they're gonna do Big Bill versus him and versus Bandito, and then I bet we're gonna get a tag match.
I bet
we're gonna get Brian and
tag
Bill
match.
versus Bandito and Gravity. If Gravity's knee is fine, then I'm guessing that's gonna happen for next week's show. Probably.
Can't wait.
Yay!
Can't wait. Well, I think where my notes got because I think I put it in between the Athena backstage segment.
Mm-hmm.
So my apologies. I'm apologizing to everyone. Athena was backstage after this shenanigans ending. I didn't even know who these minions were. I didn't recognize
them. They looked a little familiar, like maybe I've seen them before, but I don't know. I was like, I don't know what their names are. I feel like maybe I was like, maybe they have minion numbers. I don't know.
I don't know. But Diamante.
Yay. I was excited to
absolutely thrilled about this.
Yes.
Coming into frame, shoving these minions away. Throwing down where's Billy? Where's Billy? Well, guess what? I'm your number one minion now.
Mm-hmm.
And Athena smirking at the end. I'm like, oh!
Yeah. Finally.
We're finally getting it. We're finally getting it.
Finally.
Oh!
It's about time.
Somebody's been reading my diary. That's what all I've been wanting. Oh. Does this make you excited?
Yes. No? Yes. Well, first when she said I'm your number one minion, I was like, ooh, all right. And then the smirk, I was like, oh, okay. We just stepped on the gas a little bit more. I was like, I'm excited to see where this is going because Diamante is fantastic. I think she's hard hitting like Athena. Like Athena needs a competitor like her. And I'm glad that they're putting some other Ring of Honor women into the title picture because we've talked about it before. Like, I don't want Athena going to AEW and doing what happened with Asuka and Ember Moon, where Asuka just peaced out after 500 days and didn't put Ember over on the way out. And I want Athena, because they're already planting seeds for her and Mercedes, or even more seeds. I don't want her to leave and without putting someone over on the way out. And you have to get this division, because what is this division going to look like without Athena? Like, you have got to build it up and it's got to be strong. You can't leave it like it is now because that's going to be a disaster. So you need women like Diamante to be like a threat for this title.
Absolutely. Well, we are at the end of our episode. We are in the main. Nope. There's one more match. Damn it!
Because I was excited about this one.
I was
excited about this match.
I
wonder why.
Oh my gosh!
Mystery.
We do have TMDK's Bad Dude Tito and Che Cabrera.
Yes.
Versus
also known as the Wolf Zaddies.
The Wolf Zaddies.
The Wolf Zaddies with a Z. That they wrestle together on the Indies. So Tito obviously is in TMDK, but and also I don't know if you saw it on his pants, but I've seen Che. His nickname is Latino Meat.
What?
Yes, because you could see it on the side of his pants. That sometimes, because I follow Tito on Instagram, so I watch his stories all the time, and he wears a jacket. It says Latino Meat on the back of the jacket.
That is incredible.
And they've been wrestling more in GCW. Like every time GCW is in LA, the Wolf Daddies are on there now. And so I was glad. And it was funny. So last week during Dynamite, when Kyle Fletcher was watching up into the suite
in the sky,
with Don Callis, Wolf Daddies were the security guards. I could see him. I was like, that's teats. I was like, move, Will. Move, Kyle. That's big teats. And then I saw Che, and I was like, see? And then I finally saw him. And then, like, when they had to keep them separated on the steps, it was Che and Big Teats trying. And so for their hard work, they got a Gates of Agony match.
That is so iconic. The Tito meat makes me chuckle every time. Listen, same. This match was how could I forget this match? It's in my notes. I just didn't bold it and put it in color like my other ones. I really did like this match. I know that it was supposed to serve as a squash. However, wow, I have not yawned. What is going on with my brain? Don't know what's going on with the show. The audience was super into the Gates of Agony, but I think this is a different crowd.
This was filmed in Sacramento because it was in Teet's story. So I thought I saw that this was. So I've been waiting for this, and so I think some of the people in Sacramento are familiar with them because I think they wrestle in that area.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so the crowd was they like knew who they were, but they were very into Gates of Agony, which I mean, obviously, because Gates of Agony is awesome.
Yeah.
And I need a one-on-one match with Big Teeth and Con, please, for science.
Yeah, science.
And then Nikki, it was funny. Nikki said it before I did, but I was thinking it during the Beast Mortos match that we would like Beast Mortos versus Big Teeth as well.
Need the tribal sign Big Teats. Come on, let's go.
Please. And I'm so glad Ian said it because Ian was talking about how over Tito was in Japan the last time New Japan had him out there, and he was. Mm-hmm. And I love TMDK, and I was like, please send Tito back to Japan because they love him there. He will thrive there. Please book him there. I mean, I'm glad that we get him in ROH. So, I mean, I will not complain about that. However, also. Absolutely. Please send him back to Japan. Tanahashi, if you are listening, I would like.
Yeah. Tanahashi, big fan of
Tanahashi. I know you're watching an ROH podcast. Clearly. Please send Big Teeth to bring him back to Japan. But also, Tony, as often as you can, you should book him.
Absolutely. Well, the Gates of Agony get the win. No harm, no foul. But
it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I'm glad Gates of Agony. It wasn't like a straight up squash. Like Wolves Daddy's got some stuff in, and I think they showed some impressive stuff, which was nice to see. So this match was for me.
Just for you. I love it.
Thanks, Tony. Can't book the women for me, but I'll take it.
Well, we do go now into our main event of people that we were talking about last week. Gran Guerrero, Euphoria, and Valiente versus Blue Panther Jr., and Dark Panther. All CMLL wrestlers were Ring of Honor. The foundation of Ring of Honor is Lucha Libre. So now that that's been introduced, what did you think of this main event?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I like seeing people that I am not very familiar with and only gets little like. I'm not super. Obviously, I know who Blue Panther is, and I know that like Bryan Danielson loves him. Like his face. Yeah. And it's cool to see. I like seeing him with his son in a match, and I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. I love lucha stuff, and so it's cool to see an all lucha main event. I thought they do really well. They knew where they were. They were in Sacramento. They played to that crowd by bringing in wrestlers that they know and a style of wrestling that the Southern California. Or wait, is Sacramento Southern California? No, that's further up. Right? That's further up. Yes. So I was like, wait a minute, a geography.
It's all relative to me, but
they enjoy they love Lucha Libre wrestling. They understand, that's what they're into, and so I'm glad that they kind of play that up, like when they're in Texas and things like that. They know what the fans want to see, and I always want to see lucha wrestling. I enjoy it. I really like this match. It was fun. It was cool to kind of get to see, and it was cool to see this in a setting where like you said, it was all CMLL wrestlers, like no AEW, no ROH, like just straight up CMLL wrestlers main eventing episode 106, because why not?
Why not? And here's the thing I said last week, and I'll say again. The thing about like Hispanic wrestlers and like Japanese wrestlers, because of the way that they can wrestle and the style that they are just these old ass dudes who can beat the hell out of people. And you're just like, yeah, I would believe that. Are you 30? Are you 40? Are you 50? Are you 60? I don't know. I just know that you look like you can beat me up.
Right? Yes. Listen, Yuji Nagata always tweets about how he's the oldest 56-year-old wrestler in the world. But I love watching some Yuji Nagata in matches. I love Kojima. I like some, and I love, and like, again, like I love Dustin, and he definitely, I don't need him to be titled. He doesn't have to be titled anymore. Like he's got it. But like, I enjoy his work more than, Jeff Jarrett and Chris Jericho. Like I know there's some 50-year-old wrestlers I really enjoy watching, like Minoru Suzuki. But then there's some 50-year-old wrestlers that I don't really want to be wrestled. But in this match, like I enjoyed it. And like you said, they would legitimately beat my ass probably.
Same. I'm with you there. I think that having people I'm not familiar with, I mean, I'm familiar with Blue Panther and Blue Panther Jr. and Dark Panther, but here's the thing. I'm so aware of them now that I go, oh, wait, don't leave us.
Right. Like, are you booking them next week?
Yeah.
Like, Revolution is going to be in LA. So when you're filming Collision and you're taping ROH, are you bringing them back?
Yeah.
I would like,
and you know what I love is that the crowd was even into it, because like Blue Panther was going out to the crowd, and he's like shaking hands, kissing babies, like, okay, that's where we are.
Yeah, he's like, he was working it like a CMLL crowd, like he was really, and their entrance music is amazing.
Yes,
like I love it. I was like, I love everything about this. I'm digging everything that is happening here in this main event.
I agree. But similar to our Japanese wrestlers, these lucha wrestlers, when they do some of these like hard hitting things, like when they're doing their chops, when they're doing their blows, when they're doing those flying headbutts, sir, what, how can they do it? I know that they're safe workers, but sir, excuse me, sir, headbutts, like, what are we doing here?
They were just going all out too. Like they were just having the time of their lives, and just putting on, they're like, listen, we're getting a main event spot on ROH. We're gonna just show the hell out. And they did.
At one point during the match, the fans in the crowd started chanting at the heels, calling them inappropriate word for dog in Spanish, by the way, which that's what you should be doing towards the heels. I liked the camaraderie. I liked how we were getting the definite heels versus face here. But in the end, after a tope suicida by Dark Panther, another oldie but goodie, Blue Panther cradled Euphoria for the win. Oh, also Blue Panther, I mean, he's the father here, right? We were talking about it yesterday of like, how many times has a father and son been on one show, right? Because we had, oh my God, who was on the show last week?
I know who you're talking about. Which is a huge help. Clearly, is a very huge help.
He was just our Ring of Honor TV champion.
Oh, Atlantis.
Atlantis and Atlantis Jr.
Yeah.
But this is I think the first time that a father and son have been in a tag team match on Ring of Honor on the same show.
Really?
Cool. Yeah, we were like trying to go through and go, okay, was there a father and son that have been on Ring of Honor on weekly television episodes, and we can't find anything. That's where incredible. It was a father and son. Yep.
Wow. Very cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But all in all, this match was really fantastic. Blue Panther hit a Hurricane Rana off the apron, which was every time that they do that, I go, oh my God, how does their body continue in motion like this?
Yeah.
What is happening? But a fun action-packed main event. The reason why you should watch this episode.
Yes. I would say watch the last 2 matches. Oh, and definitely the opening. Like if you're gonna pick like 3 matches to watch the opening and watch the last 2 matches.
Exactly. Yes. But what did you think of this episode as a whole? 106 episodes so far.
I thought that was a pretty solid episode. Like it was engaging. It kept my attention. Maybe it's just because of who they booked, but like it kept my attention. Even like the women's matches, there were 2, and they were, there was a 3-minute match, and we had our conversation about how they're booking Billy, but even like the Thunder Rosa and Brittany match, like they were solid matches. And La Catalina and Athena, like that match kind of set the tone for the rest of the show. Like they just went out there and showed out and like, all right, well, you have to follow that now. And they kind of, and so I thought it was a really solid match. It didn't, sometimes ROH can be a bit of a chore to get through. But I felt like this episode didn't. I think the pacing was really good. It moved pretty fast, and I was like, oh wow, we're like already at the main event. I was like,
right,
it moved pretty, because sometimes an hour and 15-minute show in ROH can drag, and sometimes it just goes by really quickly. And I thought that it was really well done, and I'm like, can you at least there's lots of things to work on, but if you can kind of use this episode kind of as a stepping stone and see what works and how it moves, like maybe just build on that and continue. Let's take baby steps. Let's just build on that. Let's book. So I'm hoping at least the next episode, because if they're going to film it before and after Collision, I don't know how much they're doing, obviously, because of the pay-per-view, but like you can build on that and continue in the way that you did, because I like this one.
Well, I agree. Well, tell us where the folks can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube on the Fight Game Media Network every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This week we will be doing our Revolution pre-show. Myself and my co-host Mel, we actually just celebrated our 3-year anniversary last week, and so you can find us. So you can find us there every Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern. The show's called Power Bombshells. I don't think I said that. Great job, Sam. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Power Bombshells, and then on Twitter you can find me at Samantha_1713, and then on Blue Sky it's the same thing but without the underscore. Try to keep it pretty similar. Then of course all the extra with Blue Sky has all the extra stuff at the end.
What do you think is going to be match of the night for Revolution?
I think, the Hollywood ending.
Yeah.
Gonna be a great match no matter where they put it. Really looking forward to Mercedes versus Momo Watanabe. I think that's gonna be really good. God, the card is so stacked though. Oh, how could I forget? Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita is probably gonna be it's gonna be right up there. It's probably gonna be, I might as well just go ahead, because I have a match of the year contenders list that I make. I might as well just go ahead and put it on there right now, because I already know that it's gonna deliver and it's gonna be a banger, and Kenny's gonna win the title. And I love you, Takeshita, but I think they're freeing him up to go to Japan, because I feel like he'll be in the G1 again this year. And so, God, but Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher are gonna be in a damn. I know. Like every time I'm like, wait a minute, then there's this, then there's this. So I mean, we're getting Okada versus Brody King. Like,
so many bangers.
Weird, but the match
many bangers.
The build was a little weird, but the match is going to be great. We have the Outrunners getting a title shot against the Hurt Business.
I know. I know. I could cry right now. I am so stoked.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, and I think even though the story with Mox and Cope is kind of just what it is, I think the match will deliver. I do have some concerns about Jay White and what he's doing. I don't know that I believe him because he's a very good heel. He's a good baby face. He can be a baby face, but when he was in New Japan, he was my favorite heel. I loved him as a heel, and I don't know that I trust him completely. Which we will get in more if you would like more AEW predictions on what's going to happen. You can come listen to me talk about it on Saturday, or Sunday rather. But the show is so stacked. Like I don't think there's gonna be a bad match. Like, and then we got Hangman versus MJF. Like,
how they left it this last week. I want Hangman to just light his car on fire or something.
Right, exactly. Like that's where we are. And I want him to eat. I want him to like eat biscuits while he's burning his car. Then we have Hangman. Go ahead.
I was gonna say blow up Long Island. Just like
go ahead.
It's gone. Goodbye, Long Island.
Sorry about it.
Sorry.
That's how you talk. Because somebody asked him, like, how do you are you gonna try to do anything creatively to kind of counter, or like, because John Cena turned heel last week, and he was like, I mean, we pay attention to what's going on in wrestling, like everywhere in the world, but like we do what we do. We have our big moments and things like that. So maybe they just like blow up Long Island to counteract John Cena's turn.
I'm into it so much.
Maybe that's what happened. And then we've got Swerve and Ricochet. Like that's happening.
Ricochet, this is the best Ricochet's ever been.
Yeah, and then just that segment the other night, and then we have now you have Jimmy Rave's jacket involved, and Swerve Ricochet has said that he's made modifications to it, which I hope that means it's got his own version of it and is not the actual
one.
I hope this is a replica, like somebody is extremely talented and can make a replica that we wouldn't really know. Because not I lost it. Like he almost just went after Ricochet himself after he said he was making modifications to it. Like there's so many. Yeah, this card's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I want to see someone have in that match have their gear dedicated to Jimmy Rave, because one of my favorite wrestlers. That
and I missed all of the Jimmy Rave stuff. That was when I didn't have access to ROH, and I've heard just incredible things about him. And I love that Prince Nana keeps his memory alive, and he makes sure that he's talked about and he's not forgotten, which is incredible. And it sounds like that's a testament to the person that Jimmy Rave was.
Yeah. So. It just, yeah. I'll cry.
Okay, I don't want to make you cry. I know that's what you do on Sundays.
I'll cry on Sunday. It's fine.
On Sunday, I don't want to make you cry.
Well, if you want to see me cry,
hope that there are not scissors unless it's a replica jacket. I do not want to see scissors taken to that jacket.
No.
Which I did not think of until literally just now, and I was like, "Oh my god, wait a minute." Only use scissors in each other's foreheads, please.
Physical violence, fine.
Right.
But the jacket is where we cross the line.
Yes, scissors in the mouth, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take scissors to that jacket. Unless it's to take off, unless there's a Ricochet patch that you're trying to take off of it.
Yeah, it's fake. It's a fake thing.
Right.
Well, if you want to come see me cry, follow me anywhere there's a social media _queer auntie. I am live Thursdays through Sundays now, because women's classic wrestling is on hiatus for the moment. Tomorrow, I am interviewing the Kylie Wrestling. Yes, my co-host for Wrestling Made Me Cry. We are having our Revolution pre-show over on Fightful Overbooked, but my interview is going to be on my channel, so please take a look at my social media when that goes live. And then there's so many things happening. Saturday is the Mother Tucking Post show with Jose, where we're recapping RuPaul's Drag Race episode. It is the Villains Roast. And Saturday evening, we are recapping this season of Traitors with the people that I have a group chat with. I'm so excited to talk about this season of Traitors because it's been my favorite one yet, and I like to watch all of them. So stay tuned for that if you want to hang out with us on Saturday evening. And we are going to have a post show to Revolution. Feel free to come hang out on the chat, pop in, whatever you want to do. But that'll be concluding Revolution on Sunday. I will probably be on my phone.
Collins is very booked and busy.
I'm booked and busy. So find me anywhere there is a social media. And while you're at it, hi, hello. This is our local establishment. You came to the right place for all of your entertainment needs. We have, yes, wrestling, but we also have non-wrestling things. There's Marvel talk. There's all the things. So if you want to check us out, feel free to like, share, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you know when we are going live, because you saw that little video clip. We got something going on every single day of the week now. So you're going to want to stick around and follow us all where the social media is. Guess what? If you are going to follow us over on Blue Sky, I am following you right back. So feel free to give us a follow over on Blue Sky and support your local establishment. Well, it is the end of the road here. We've had a lot of fun. We've rambled a lot.
Yes, we have. About so many things.
Yes, but we are.
Even though, like Nikki said, the forces were trying to keep Collins silent. We did not let that happen.
I know, but thank you so much for coming on the show. I want to have you on the show more often. So
I am down for it. Sorry, Nikki, that might mean we have to watch Grey's Anatomy on the way.
Oh, if I can steal you more often, I love that sound. Oh, well, thank you so much, and happy wrestling.
Yes. Happy wrestling to you. We've got a good weekend coming up.
Yes, it's going to be so fun. I can't wait to ask to converse with you about Revolution.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Was not a bridge of the fire, was not aware of the now. But when